How would you define racism?
The ability, that's why you can never be a racist in America. The ability to control somebody else's fate and destiny. I can hate white folks with a passion. I don't have the power to see to it their children go to bad schools. I don't have the power to see to it they bail or sit higher than mine. That's what. When white folks say reverse racism, oh, come on, man. If I dislike you because you're a Jew, that's prejudice. If I dislike you because you're German, that's prejudice. Racism is the ability to control somebody else's faith and destiny. I don't have that power.
And it runs deep.
Huh?
It runs deep. I think one of the things when you see all these killings, by the police, by the system, and you realize that we all want to believe in America, but then we
don't say you want to believe in it. Ain't nobody but a fool won't believe in America. These folks they blame it on ISIS. Those are 99% white folks. After what just happened not too long ago at this little school down there, ISIS don't have to come here. You want some white folk killed? They already got that in motion. They already got that in motion. Let me tell you something very interesting. Abraham Lincoln loved Frederick Douglass. The nigga could speak, taught himself out of read. He was one of the greatest artists on the planet. But he was a little jackleg friend, old JoJo, Boo Boo. He was running late. He didn't mean to take that nigga to where Lincoln was. He was there. So Lincoln had something because Lincoln's daddy was a black man. If you saw that last Abraham Lincoln movie, it starts off talking about his nappy, kinky hair. That's white boys wrote that. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he told him, he said, I'd like to for you to meet my friend, JoJo, Juju. And he touched that nigger stuff in Lincoln. Lincoln just fall all off the front. He never heard nothing like that. The brother was, pow. So he said, man, I'm glad to be here. I said, this old punk friend of mine. You think this nigga smart? Man, you ought to come around, hang around with the folks I hang around. See, what he need to tell you is we just want to bar your army. But you got to throw them two psychopaths in there. General Sherman and Grant. They went into Atlanta and set Atlanta on fire, dug up the railroad tracks, heat them and wrap them around trees. That's what you dealing with now and you don't know it. These damn white boys out there, most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama and you just think you dealing with some ordinary folk. You don't know who they are, huh? But that's what he told Lincoln, give us that and get back. Okay? That's what the Fortune magazine and all that, that's them white boys. It's killing in their body, huh? So they look for wars to fight. That's what that's about. And so consequently, you sit and you look at, when I was a little boy, we couldn't even be caught in Ferguson. We'd go out there and throw bricks at the little black jock. Pow! So one day me and my man sitting around talking shit, man. I said, excuse me, wait a minute, man. Something ain't right. Jockeys don't have lanterns. Jockeys don't have lanterns. Say, we gotta check this out one day, man. And so one day I got around to it. He was 14 years old, named Jocko. His daddy's Jocko. The greatest military theorist in the history of the planet. Him and his dad. So one day, little Jocko saw Washington and, hey, old man, what's up? I'm all right. No, you're not. Don't lie to me. Something wrong. I said, well, down here where my troops are, I think this is where the British is coming. He said, there's a possibility they come up here where you are. I can't leave half here and half there. He said, well, you're right. I think they're coming down there. But let's do it this way. If they come this way, see that bend down there? That's 3 hours. I'll see them. So, hand me that there. So let me take this lantern and I'll hold it. And if I do this here, then they're coming. You got 3 hours to get up here. Okay? So they came and Washington beat them up. Bad. So the next day he went up to thank Jocko. And Jocko had froze to death with the lantern. That's a symbol of loyalty. Okay? But they changed it around. That's what that is, a symbol of loyalty. This 14-year-old child. Y'all sitting around here, worried about this and that, who cares? That will never end. Stuff that I saw, because my mama told me to be quiet long enough to go. 300 years ago, America sent the scientists to Colombia. And they was trying to crack hieroglyphics. The crystal skull, there's 13 of them. I got 3. 3. One of them is worth all the money that's ever been put in all the banks in the world. Just give it to me. So I called a girlfriend of mine that hooked me up with the Indians. And I said, hey man, just tell so-and-so, I don't know what I did, but I left them somewhere. So she called me, she said, don't worry about it, they'll find you. And 2 weeks later, I walk in the hotel, they're sitting on the bed. That's the power when you look inside of here. Not just chump stuff. That money stuff, what's that? And so most folks don't even know that the banks, I can't say getting ready to close, so that's the federal law. You create a run on the bank, that's the federal law. But if you got over $250,000 in the bank, like these black churches, they got 50,000, 50 million, 100 million, all you get is 250,000. Safe deposit in the bank, once it closed, becomes property of the bank, not yours. People running out now buying gold and silver, no. This crisis is coming, you better get something you can run with. And that's 1 carat white diamonds. They're black. So a friend of mine comes and says, oh man, thank you, man. Me and my wife, we got New York, we went to Tiffany's, and I think we got about 7 million, we're gonna come back and get another 30 million. I said, man, you buying jewelry. 90% of the price of jewelry go to the artist that put it together. There ain't no money. Ain't no money at all. The Cubans that came over, how'd they get here with Castro? Swallowed it. And I ain't never trusted Castro. Never trusted Castro. People say, do Castro want us? Not me. The most secret Navy base in the history of planet Earth is Guantanamo. Why would we have that on enemy territory? 99% of the people work there. It's Cubans. Huh?
Something up.
You hear me?
There's something up.
That's a game. And we all know that when Castro came to America after he took over, he went to Harlem. No, he came here first. Had a ticker tape parade down Pennsylvania Avenue. It's a game.
That's crazy. So it sounds like you're talking about illusion, and what illusion you're willing to buy into.
Yeah.
That there's a real truth that's beyond the belief.
Yeah, and
that
also
we're
there's some
programmed
black
to see.
people, they don't care about it. I don't care about it. It's out of my league. So they still got that part open. That's where you come in. That part is open. That
Pineal.
is open. They love it. They feel it. You sitting in the movie, say, I smell something like smoke. Whatever you ever smell like smoke that wasn't smoke. You see, I done well. I'm sitting there. I smell something like smoke. It is smoke, fool. So the game.
Okay. All right. You got me vibrating here.
I meant to tell you that I didn't finish it. "300 years ago, America sent a team to South America to study the caves in Colombia, the hieroglyphics. They didn't know how to crack it, but they knew eventually they would. They didn't realize it would take 150 years later. They cracked it, and they took the pictures and drew stuff. And here's what it said. White man, one day the white lady will do to your children what you have done to ours. Back then, cocaine wasn't called the white lady. The #1 drugged out state in America today is Vermont, not Chicago, not Harlem. 81% of everybody that OD today while we sitting here is white folks. More white folks die every day from cheap heroin than die from automobile accidents and homicides as we sit here. The universe, the rhythm. Catch us up.
It's all there.
Yeah, it's there, and nothing we can do about it once you let it. His wife's 9 months pregnant. She can't abort. You could have, but didn't. So now, in a few days, the baby's coming to mean death to the mother and the child. It's out of your hands now. The baby don't come from her, or here it comes through her. That's a gift. That's there. And that ain't gonna change. Not gonna change at all.
Okay.
And so the only thing that we can see now is this. Shit, man, when I was a little boy, where would an ignorant redneck nigger hating white boy hear opera? Just put a little button.
Radio.
And there it is. They didn't have no radios back then. Down there. And the radio couldn't get nothing but 2 viaducts. Okay? Now it's the whole thing. The whole piece. And then look at me, black man. When Obama first got elected, Ole Miss, them crackers had riots. A bunch of them was killed. The government didn't say that. Riots. And nigga football players were still out there on the field. Second time he's elected, they had more riots. You and me sent our children there to play football, to outrun a nigga with a football, outrun God. They never taught to us that all we got to do is. So we got to go, get out the way. It's that simple. And this is something you have to check out. We heard about that law with Trayvon Martin. And you had the right to stand your ground. Please check this out. The Klan was invented in the state of Indiana. 3 years ago, the state of Indiana signed legislating to stand your rights against the police. Cop come by and knock on your door with that battering ram or found it around the door. Whoo! And that's legal. As we sit here now.
So it's coming back.
That's legal.
Voting rights rescinded. A lot of our rights were rescinded.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Executive orders. We didn't.
But wait a minute.
Okay.
The National Rifle Association was sided with them. The governor said, I never thought I'd see the day I'd sign it. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well,
That's where it is. The universe. Universe. Somebody tape your two thumbs together. Your thumb, not your brain. You can't change your baby diaper, you can't comb your hair, you can't drive. Those two, right there. Huh? That right there. Ain't nothing you can do. You can't unlace your shoe, you can't change your baby diaper, you can't cook. Those two. Huh? But they got you thinking it's your brain.
For me, I feel that what Sydney was allowed to do in the heat of the night was the start of blaxploitation.